practice. Practice went further than the drive. touch the water with the second one. I can actually see the second one, but what was fantastic about that was the first one I just did a sort of a reasonable swing, but there was that sort of slight tentativeness, which is why I think it went to the right as per normal, with the driver even always over there. But the second one was so perfectly straight, it felt like it went for a lot further actually, but it hasn't. It's gone the same distance. But it just went absolutely dead straight and really high, because I was trying to muscle it, or well, not muscle it, I was just trying to hit it as hard as I could, but not muscling it. They're both gone the same distance. That's interesting. Maybe it's just me thinking that it was a lot better. An absolute perler. See if I can do it with the second ball. birdie. So there's a group up front of about 5 people and they are a bit slow. And so I thought, why don't I just play 2 balls to pass the time rather than just mucking about with pretend practice. And so I've just done the last 2 holes in my actual ball. I've done them, each one I've got a par. And my second ball I've gone par birdie. So I think the practice is paying off a little bit. Well, I can't find the yellow ball, and I'm sure I saw it land on the green and it looked good. Could it be? It is! Oh my god. Bạn như đi nè. Look at that. We didn't even see it go in. Hole in one bên ching ching nè. Wow. That is... So it's finally happened, and I remember thinking in the past that if I got a hole in one it would be on a terrible round. Now this is not a terrible round, but what's amazing is that I saw it land on the green and roll towards the hole, and I thought it just went about 7 or 8 feet past, or 10 feet, and then as we walked up I couldn't even see the ball at the back, so we walked up down here. And I thought, well, it must have just gone over, and I didn't observe it closely enough. And so, there's my second ball down there, which was also quite good. And so as I was looking there, I thought, well, it can only be in one place, because I definitely saw it land on the green. And as I walked up to the cup, I didn't see the ball at first, but I saw a slight yellow stain, or reflection rather. And there it is. That was the view. So after probably about 500 rounds or something in total, I finally done it. And what a classic, because I didn't even see it. I didn't see it going, so I didn't get any pleasure from the shot. But what a great hole to have it happen on, because it was how many yards? It was 116, I think, so a proper hole in one. So let's commemorate. This is the hole in one. First ever. So now I'm going to have to change the ball, because you have to keep your first ever hole in one. Zero putts. Never done that before. I've done 0 putts before, but I've never done a 1 before. And that means 3 shots gained against bogey par. So that is a first time ever. unsurprisingly, while doing that drive, there was one thing on my mind. Don't completely hack this one after getting a hole in one, because you have something to live up to now. And I just, well, I've hit it okay. Actually, it's bang in the middle of the fairway, but just wasn't very cleanly struck. So yeah, hole in one. So my prediction about what would happen when I got one would be, it would just be like any other really good shot, except you'd be watching it and it would drop and you'd think, wow, it's gone in. I wouldn't do any of those mad celebrations. I would just think, that one's gone in. But the fact that I didn't see it go in, even though it was in broad daylight, I mean perfectly visible. I think it was partly because I was conscious of wanting to film my second shot and trying to my extra ball shot, not my second shot, my extra ball shot, and I just wanted to do that nice and cleanly, just like the first one, so that I can have a nice double video. And it turns out, maybe I just didn't watch it after it landed. I just thought, well, that's really good, but I certainly didn't see it go in. I just felt it went past. So 4 under against bogey par all of a sudden. So I hit that really cleanly yesterday on this fairway, and so now that's 3 shots are completely mishit with that club today. 2 out of the rough, which is fair enough. Then that one, I might just get away with it, but awful. So back down to earth. I have to admit that it was still on my mind. Hardly surprising. I wonder how many rounds it's taken me to get that hole in one. I'm so glad it was on a hole that was over 100 yards as well, and over water, so it's not like it's some Mickey Mouse hole where you can, not that there are any here, where you can sort of bounce it along the fairway and just get lucky. That was pure, beautiful high shot and rolled in. Gave me more satisfaction than the hole in one. this doesn't come back to haunt me, but I've been waved through by the group in front, and so for the first time in, well, maybe the first time I haven't stopped to have a 5-minute sit down. Well, at least I won't be held up anymore. But it's very disappointing, that shot, because it didn't go in the hole. That'll be the second hole running now where I haven't had a hole in one. It's just so distressing in golf. God, crying out loud. Mummy hole in one leg. ก็รอนานแล้ว I just realised something as well, that hole in one is my first ever eagle on this course. First ever eagle. Oh well, and only my second eagle in my life, after the one in Hua Hin. Hole in one, mate. the other thing about that hole-in-one, it nicely eradicated those 3 appalling shots that I started the round off with. 3 super hybrid, followed by 2 Zexio 3 hybrids, each one completely mishit. It just felt like, an anomaly. So the 7 I took on that hole, plus the hole-in-one, total of 8 means bogey par as normal, plus par. But goodness me, that's nice though. It's nice that I started so terribly on the day when I achieved something that so many people never get to do. And I thought I would never get to do, to be honest, even though I've been close quite a few times. That was a choked down 3 super hybrid. And I just judged it right. I think the pin was about 155. And yeah, I just went straight at it. I didn't try to fade it or anything. And it's not that near, but it's pretty near. Might have to move the ball there because it's got sand on the edge. But it's not actually on the green, so I thought it was going to be in the sand, not this sand. But I'll have to play over it, unfortunately. Oh, thank God for that. Thought it had gone much too far. Well, the horrendous thing about that 5 and that terrible fluff with the R55 is that now I need 2 pars to even get a ball keeper. So I'm back down to 8 under against bogey par, despite getting a hole in one. I don't know if I mentioned I got a hole in one earlier on, but it went in the hole in one, so it was technically a hole in one. But now I need to get 2 pars to get a ball keeper. I've already got the ball keeper, of course, because I retired the hole in one ball just in case I lost it. That was such a beauty because at the last moment I went from a 9 to an 8 iron because of the wind, and then still hit it pretty firmly. I definitely wouldn't have got there with a 9 iron today. Two in a row in the exact same place. So hole in one round, back to the drawing board. I mean, that was terrible. 2 in a row into the same place. That's where the pink ended up. Could have gone through. What's the trouble? Because it might have gone through and gone in the water, and then I could take a drop from down here and play my 3rd shot. But we just don't know where it is. But I'm beginning to think the fair option is to actually drop it and play my 3rd shot with the pink. Because we can't find it. It went down here, so it must be in the water. I just don't know where to drop, so well, that had that incredible high-pitched sound that that club has. But the caddy, oh, I can see it now. The caddy said it was on the fairway, but I just couldn't see a thing because I was concentrating on not clattering into the tree. Oh yeah, it's a really good shot. And that's nice actually, because I could have chickened out of using that club because of messing up with it from the rough in the first hole. So ball keeper's out of the question because that's 4 shots now, and I would have to hole it from about 80 yards to do it. But at least I've got a reasonable score anyway. And obviously, and I know I haven't mentioned this before, but it's quite important to me, but on an earlier hole, the 8th, I got a hole in one. Just went straight in the hole after landing, rolled up a bit I think, and then went in the hole. So a hole in one on this course. Probably mention it again a bit later. Well, thank goodness for that hole in one, because I've just scored a 9 there, and I've gone from needing 2 pars to end the round to get a ball keeper, and a 9 is 3 drop shots, so it means I score 76, which is absolutely dreadful. So I'll cheer up later when I look at the footage of the hole in one. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier on, but what a strange ending, a complete and utter mess. Well, a tiny bonus there. I was looking at my notebook and it said -8 against bogey par, but I hadn't filled in the previous hole, so it was actually -9. So -9, drop 3 shots makes -6, so I get a round of 75. So out of the 4 rounds I've played this week, I've now had 2 75s. Yeah, so not exactly a great ending, but at least I've had a terrible ending on a round which didn't particularly matter because, well, no, they all matter. That's the trouble, they all matter. I was going to say it didn't particularly matter because I got the hole in one, but the hole in one in the end only gave me an extra minus against my number. But still, can't wait for the next time now.